And welcome everybody if you're just now logging in and joining us. I am Andy Johnson with Housing and Residential Education on the Tampa campus. And today we are out here on location along Holly Drive. And so I'm going to ask Kevin if you wouldn't mind swinging this way a little bit, Kevin, and we can see. So we in the Housing Live, I talked a little bit about coming in along Holly Drive, whether you're coming in at Bruce B. Downs in Holly, whether you're coming in on Fletcher and Magnolia, turning left onto Holly, or whether you're coming in on through our main entrance on Fowler. All roads will lead you to Holly. Starting a little bit further down, probably about a quarter of a mile or so on this road. I know it's hard to believe, but literally it will be down at least another whole light series. We will have a dedicated lane of traffic for you to come in and start your check-in process. And so what we will do is, and I'm going to step a little closer to the road here, Kevin, is this inner lane or southernmost lane along the 3 series of parking lots. This is dedicated for turning into our main entrance, which is going to be right here. And as you can see, we've already started moving or providing notice to the campus community that this lot will be used specifically for grand opening. And so we will be on site. Again, grand opening starts at 9 a.m., but we will have parking attendants and we will have police out here helping direct you into the right area. So when you arrive on campus, you're going to hop into that dedicated lane, and we will have signs down the road to make sure that you know that. And then you are going to follow this down and around, and a parking lot attendant will help you find a space here in our parking lot. So don't worry about all these cars. They will mostly be gone, right? It'll be other new bulls getting checked in. So as we continue to have our parking lot attendants filter you into place, what you'll end up doing then is you'll make this journey from any of these 3 series parking lots up to the Marshall Student Center. And so this is where you're really going to have your check-in experience start. And so when you get on there, the first thing you're going to do is we do have sidewalks that will lead you up into the main entrance here on the north side of campus. We have a lot of volunteers that have come out from the campus community to help greet and welcome you and really help your bowl experience start off on the positive note. So when you get in there, you'll be greeted, and then you're going to take the grand staircase up to the ballroom, which is on the 2nd floor. If it is that you need an elevator, we definitely have elevators that are near that, and one of our volunteers can help direct you over there up to the 2nd floor as well. So parents, let me stop you right there. Parents and families who are joining your student, we will have refreshments right outside of the ballroom for you. You can have a little seat, take a break, make sure you hydrate. It's usually a very, very hot day, so please drink lots of water. But we'll have coffees and some, and in the morning we'll have some pastries and things like that for our early arrivers. So students, once you make your way up to the ballroom, we will go ahead and get you in the queue. And the first thing you're going to be asked is, do you have your USF ID on you? If you do, great. You should have that with you because you will need that for check-in. If you have not requested your USF ID, please make sure you do that online. You can do that through the usf.edu website and then search up the ID card office. You can put in your request. Please put it in as early as possible. They get very, very busy, and so it is very important that they get time to process your request and actually print your card. If it is that you have requested your card but not have yet had a chance to pick it up, we will have members of the ID card office on site in the Marshall Student Center ballroom, and it will be one of the first stations you stop at. So I'm going to assume that you have your ID, you're set and ready to go, and you will go ahead and step right over to our check-in table, where we'll get you a small gift that we've prepared, and then we'll go ahead and start moving you over to get your keys. So once you get your keys, you will also have an opportunity to get a move-in map. We do have printed copies, but we know a lot of our communities love digital. We try to be a little bit more green here than usual, but we will have QRs available so you can quickly scan it and you will find that map on your phone. So Julia, I'm going to check in and see if we have any questions yet, because I didn't even say that, but that's one of the nice things about these Housing Lives on location is talk to me about what you're looking for. Yeah. What are your questions? What do you still need to know? What are you uncertain about? Let us know. So filter those questions already through us.
One question for you, Andy. Can you talk about what day we're focused on here right now? Like, we're talking about Thursday, grand opening day.
We are only talking about Thursday, August Come on this way, Kevin. There's some traffic that wants to pass through it by. So we are only talking about grand opening day, which is Thursday, August 18th. If you are going to arrive on today, which is Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, please check our website because we have some dedicated check-in locations. So I don't want you coming to the Marshall Student Center and they're like, well, that's only happening on Thursday and today's Tuesday. Where do I go? So please check our website, usf.edu/housing, and we can get you the most current information. So we talked about the ballroom a little bit, but I want to go back to it. So what I realized I forgot is, if it is that you don't have your ID, you didn't request it, what do? Right? That's okay. We got you covered. So we're going to ask that you go ahead on site and request your ID with this in the space, but we will issue you a temporary ID for at least 48 hours. That will give the ID card office to process your request, print your card, time for you to go pick it up. So, and then you would just return your permanent card to us, or your temporary ID card, and we will get your permanent one activated to access the residence halls. So, very important. I can't believe I forgot that. I was just so in the moment of like, I know everybody's got their IDs. So, but also while we're in the ballroom, you've gotten your keys, you've gotten your move-in map perhaps, or maybe you pulled it up on your phone. We also have some other campus partners that are in there, and they have opportunities to talk a little bit about maybe some safety on campus, such as like our university police. They do bike registration and other vehicle registration, not parking, right? Parking is something completely separate, but they also have a number of safety tips and things like that that they can talk to you about as well. So great partner in University Police. Additionally, we also have USF Dining with us. So if it is that you are a returning student and you forgot to purchase a meal plan and you want to grab one real quick, we will have our partners there on site. Or maybe you're a new student and you have a question about which is the right meal plan for me, because you haven't fully committed to a particular meal plan just yet. We can definitely help you out with that. And so our partners are on site. So I think that's what I got for the ballroom. I'm going to pause there and see, do we have any questions yet?
No questions yet.
Okay. That's okay.
Just remember, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We'll definitely be able to get to your questions today. We have a couple more lives coming up. I think that at this point, hopefully everyone has gotten their move-in mailer. So that's going to have that move-in map on the other end of that move-in mailer for you. And that's the campus map. But in addition to that, we have zone maps that are on the website and will be printed out for you when you arrive. And we have QR codes, like Andy said, that you can access those zone maps. And those will tell you, once you check into the MSC, where exactly do you go next to unload your items per building. And we're going to go live a little bit further down on Holly Drive to show exactly where you're going to have those 30-minute unloading zones and talk about where you can move your car after that.
So one of the other things, Julia, inside the ballroom will be a photo opportunity, right? So we'll have our background, we'll have our Rocky there, and so please make sure that you capture lots of memories. I know sometimes you may get embarrassed with, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever comes with you, right? Family, friends, whoever. We want them to be able to capture those memories because you're not going to get those memories back. So take full advantage of it, 110%, get those memories.
Question.
Oh, we have a question. Yes,
yeah,
give it to me.
Tanya is asking if you can upgrade or change your meal plan when you get to the MSC.
Yes. So, I believe, unless something has changed and I wasn't made aware, that you have up until the first week to change your meal plan. And so make sure that when you arrive at the MSC, visit with our dining partners and ask them that question and make sure you get the what you need. So whether you want to upgrade to an open access, or maybe you want to downgrade a little bit because you think you'll eat a little bit less or cook a little more, or whatever your lifestyle choice is. So, but they will definitely be on hand to answer those questions for you. So, so I'm going to continue on unless there's anything else on the questions.
Let you know if we get any
Beautiful.
more questions, but we can keep going.
Awesome. So, so you've got your keys, you've talked to UP, you've talked to dining, you've gotten your photos. What happens next, right? Well, you're going to swing through. You're going to make sure you have your family members with you. There will be one more photo opportunity outside of the ballroom, and then you will head down a very specific path that will help you get out of the MSC as quickly as possible. But you will use the east staircase to walk down and around, and then back out through our northern doors here. When you come back to your vehicle, you will find it, and then you will watch for our parking lot attendants who will help you exit out, and you're actually going to exit out at the next exit or entrance down there, which is going to be the 3A. And so we will have university police there, as well as parking lot attendants to help you move left or right or whichever direction you're going. So whether you're going down to Magnolia or Apartments or Juniper-Poplar Suites, or if you're heading up to the north side of campus with the rest of our housing communities. So that is going to be our main point. So again, if there are questions, I'm going to look to Julia just to double check one more time. Any other live ones?
No other live questions,
Awesome.
But like we said, keep watching, stay tuned, because in a couple of minutes we're going to head down Holly Drive. We're going to go live again and talk a little bit more. So either drop questions on this live or on our next one, and we'll get to your questions.
Awesome. Sounds good. We'll see you on a little bit, Bulls. Awesome. Welcome back, Bulls. If you are just now joining us and didn't get a chance to watch our last video, I am Andy Johnson. I'm the Director for Operations and Outreach with USF Housing and Residential Education here on the Tampa campus. And I am excited to come to you from our second location today, where we'll be talking about grand opening move-in, and that is on Thursday, August the 20th. So again, today is only about Thursday, August the 20th. August the 18th. Oh my gosh, I have got all my dates wrong. Last video I said 2020. I'm sorry, let's just be correct here. Thursday, August 18th, 2022. So I'm gonna say it one more time just so it's on top of my tongue, right? It's Thursday, August 18th, 2022, right? So that's my excitement level, I think, Julia. So I'm ready to go. So again, welcome back. So we are currently on Holly Drive, right here in the heart of our north side of our campus, right? On this side of me, I've got Holly D, E, F, and G, as well as our Argos community. And then on my left side, I have the north side of Holly, A, B, as well as our Cypress community and our Village community. And so one of the reasons we wanted to talk a little bit about this location is because most of you will travel up through here, right? So if you want to just kind of, Kevin, we're going to look this way a little bit. So as we talk a little bit about Holly Drive, one of the things I wanted to mention first is going to be the Crescent Hill parking garage. We talked a little bit about this in our Housing Live video a few weeks ago, so I would reference that is because there's a map that we show a lot of these things on. But the Crescent Hill parking garage is one of our main overflow areas for when you are done unloading. And so kind of moving that into our long-term parking areas as one of them. The other thing that we have over here is also our North Campus Package Pickup Center, right? So Holly H, which is right in between Holly D and Holly E. This is also one of our laundry facilities, and there's also a study nook and a lounge in there. But all of our north packages for everybody here on the north side of campus will be picked up and processed right in there. So, all right. So talked a little bit about what's over here. Now I want to talk about what is actually going to be where our one-way will start. So I got a little bit ahead of myself, but Myrtle Drive, and I don't know if you can see the traffic light there, where the garage, Crescent Hill, and then Holly D. Myrtle Drive will be where we will start the one-way, and all direction will flow eastbound on Thursday, August 18th, 2022. So all traffic will head eastbound until we get to Genshaft Drive, which is where those cars are stopped up right up the main line. Right? We will have parking attendants who will help you find parking spaces. We will be parking you diagonally along the road so that we can get more cars parked along the curbs, and then we will have a dedicated exit lane that will be coned off. We will have police here to help with traffic. I will have security guards here to help with crossing the street safely. So they will stop traffic when need be. So be prepared for that. And then we'll help you. We'll have parking lot attendants again to help you find spaces here on campus or along Holly Drive to park. So
this is for grand opening day. We've talked about it being a one-way, but if it's not grand opening day, can you still utilize Holly Drive as an unloading zone?
You absolutely can. So today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, this is all unloading zones. As a matter of fact, we were just talking with a resident who was moving in today. And so you can park along Holly Drive here in the bi-directional manner that it's in now, right? Normal traffic flow. You can unload your vehicle with one of our carts or with your own, and then move your stuff up to your room, and then come back down here and move your vehicle into overflow or long-term parking. So yes, you absolutely can do that. So everything we're talking about with one way is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. on Thursday, August 18th, 2022. You're probably going to hear me get tired of me saying that, but that's how I got to put it up there. So as you can see, we've got a couple of areas down here as well that are going to be kind of off-limits areas, and that is going to be that particular parking lot on the right, right at the speed hump. And then we will also have no parking areas in front of our dumpsters. And this is very, very important. Two pieces of information I want to make sure you understand is when you are at our dumpsters, number one, obviously no parking. Number two is please make sure you break down your boxes. And so make sure that they are compact as much as possible so we can get as much into the dumpsters as possible. We will have our vendor here servicing them throughout the day, but we also want to make sure that we can get as much of the recyclables and the trash into the dumpsters on the day of. So one other thing as we were talking about moving down this direction is that if it is that you are unable to find a parking space because we have other bulls that are currently unloading, there will be a sign directing you up to lot 35, which is literally across the street. So there is an opportunity to park up in lot 35 and start unloading your belongings. Two things. Number one, most importantly, is that we have an amazing team of volunteers that we call Bull Haul. And we will have 3 Bull Haul stations stationed out along Holly Drive. And they will either be in a white tent or a green tent. They will have carts that will be assigned to these volunteers. And so you will be able to come over and say, hey, can I get a hand? And our volunteers will come meet you at your car. They will help you unload your belongings. They will go up with you to your room. And then they will unload your cart and then bring their cart back down. Because we have a limited number of carts, we definitely encourage you to bring your own, but we are more than happy to have a Bull Haul Bull Haul volunteer help unload and bring your stuff in. So I think that was my big things. Julia, what did I miss?
So one thing I just would point out is that Holly Drive's unloading zone, that's specific to those residents that are living in Holly apartments, as well as Cypress Suites that's right down here. So you're going to get an unloading zone map. You can get that online right now if you want to take a look at it, but that's going to direct you to your nearest unloading zone to your residence hall. So Holly Drive we're talking about right now, that's specific to the Holly Apartments and Cypress Suites community. But we're right here at lot 56. Should we go over and check out where the village will be going?
Well, one more thing I forgot, as you were mentioning about only for these residents. One of the things that you will also get is you will get a 30-minute ticket. And so we ask that you go ahead and fill that out with your name and your cell phone number. That way, in case one of our police officers or one of our security officers or one of our housing staff members need to contact you about your vehicle, we have a way to identify who it is. One last thing before we move over to lot 56 is, again, one way ends at 5 p.m. So that means all traffic. So if you're parked on this left side of the road here, right, the oncoming traffic lanes, you need to have your car moved before we can restart the normal flow of traffic. So again, one more reason why we need to be able to identify the car and an easy way to contact you. So all traffic will go back to normal directions at 5 p.m. So please make sure that your vehicle is moved back in the proper direction. So, but yeah, let's take a quick, because we're right here in the heart. Let's move down this way, Kevin, and we can talk a little bit about lot 56. Now, in lot 56, which is going to be the main hub area, or the main unloading area for the village, we will have 2 Bull Haul stations that will be stationed out here to help the village residents, as well as, what we didn't mention, Julia, is the water stations. We have lots and lots of water stations. Everywhere you find a Bull Haul location, you will find free water. It is incredibly hot on these days, families. It is incredibly bright, and I would highly encourage you to, number one, make sure you wear comfortable tennis shoes and moving clothes. Number 2, use sunscreen whenever possible. And 3, hydrate up as much as possible. We will have Cokes, and then we will have waters available free of charge to all of our families and our residents as they start their move-in process. So we don't want anybody passing out. We don't want anybody getting sick. So let's please make sure that we're doing so. All right, Kevin, I'm going to stop right here because then we're going to talk a little bit. So this is the edge of lot 56 on the west side. So it is facing the first edge of the village. So the Fit over there with our beautiful pool and Summit Hall. And so we will have 2 bull haul locations on either area, so you'll see that. And then you will also see that over on the other side that we will probably have some folks that will be checking in for and parking over there as far as overflow for Cypress. So,
and we have a bull haul location over there too.
Right. So, so this will be your main area. If it is that you cannot find parking in this area to unload, that's okay. Across the street there is lot 16. That is Laurel Drive. And so you can park over there. There's another 100 or plus spaces over there. And then there is a walkway that will lead you over here to the village. I will have a security guard officer over there as well to make sure that you can cross safely and stop the flow of traffic. So one other thing I wanted to mention is, and you probably can't see it from this point, but if you look at the map that was sent out in your move-in mailer, there is a roundabout. I'm sorry, actually, let's look at the digital version that's on our website. Look at the digital version on our move-in website, which is on our homepage at usf.edu/housing. And it's in our first banner, right? The first thing you see when you load our page. Just click on that and it'll give you all the most up-to-date information. But in leading into Dogwood, right, which is over there in front of Cypress C and D, that is a one-way as well. You can only enter from Genshaft Drive. So when you are trying to get over to unload for Cypress C and D on Thursday, August the 18th, 2022, you can only come in the eastbound side the westbound side of lot 25, right, at Genshaft. I will have a police officer there as well to help with traffic to maintain safety. We'll have a lot of cones that will come off in that area. But if you try to go into lot 25, even from the roundabout, you will be denied entrance. It is an exit only at the roundabout and an entrance only at USF Genshaft and USF Dogwood. So I'm going to pause there and see if there's any questions, Julia.
No questions right now. Something that I would ask or just point out is, we're talking about Thursday, August 18th, 2022. But if you're arriving before that or after that, check the website. And if you're on North Campus, one of your check-in location is not going to be the MSC. It'll likely be either Holly M, which is right here, or Holly L, depending on the day. So check the website. That's going to have the most up-to-date information. But just remember, if you're not coming on Thursday, you're not going to the MSC. If you're on North Campus, which is everything except for Juniper-Poplar, Hall, and Magnolia, this will likely be one of your check-in locations. So close to 56 in the village.
Oh yeah, I love how you are hydrating up even out here. We are.
I grabbed my water.
There you go. So, all right. So if there are any other questions, please make sure you put it in the post and we will get back to it as soon as possible. If not, thank you so much for joining us. We will be jumping over to Juniper-Poplar and Magnolia to kind of walk through that check-in area. And if you need anything between now and opening day and beyond, you know how to reach us at 813-974-0001 or housing@usf.edu. I will see you again in a few minutes. See you later, Bulls. Hey Bulls, welcome back. We are in our third and final segment of today, and we are here at Juniper-Poplar and Magnolia Apartments. Beautiful side of campus on the south side. So you have since traveled here from Holly Drive, from the MSC, right? And you're making your way down here along Magnolia Drive, and you are going to be pulling in probably into lot 24. If you could not find parking here in lot 24, we do have parking and our long-term parking over in the Beard Garage, which is just on the other side here and where we can't see it. But the nice thing about lot 24 is, guess what we have here? Bull haul. So all of our bull haulers will be here. They'll be ready and willing to assist you. So we will be having some tents set up here in the next day or so. So when you arrive on Thursday, August 18th, 2022 for grand opening, this is where you'll get some assistance in moving in. So again, this is lot 24. This is where you can come temporarily park. This is a large unloading zone, for lack of a better way to talk about such a large lot, but it is an unloading zone. We are asking that if you are done unloading here, if you're done using our bull haul services, if you could please move over to the Beard Garage, which is just across the street here. It is an easy walk. It will walk, your walk will lead you to the south side of Juniper-Poplar, in between Magnolia and Juniper-Poplar. So that way we can get as many bulls unloaded as quickly as possible. So as I said in our other video, in each of our bull haul locations, so we have one here and we have one over in Magnolia Apartments. And so they will have water stations, we'll have Coke products. And so please help yourself to as much as possible. Again, wear comfortable clothes, tennis shoes, wear sunscreen, and make sure you stay hydrated. Now, one thing I want to mention, and we talked a little bit about this in our Housing Live when we were talking about grand opening, but there was a mistake on the move-in mailer, which indicated that you could park over in lot 19, which is over there. That lot actually belongs to my friends in Moffett. And so we need to not park over there to respect their parking areas. But we have all of this here. We have 2 lots on the other side for Magnolia and to move in, as well as we have the Beard Garage. Just like in the other areas, we will have a university police officer here making rounds, talking to people, making sure everybody stays safe. And then we'll also have some security guards here to make sure that people can cross the streets in a safe manner as well. So Juniper-Poplar is a pretty cool area if you haven't had a chance to check it out or take the admissions tour. We have a convenience store here. We have Juniper Dining here. We have the mail center here. Come on, let's take a quick look. I'm gonna walk backwards so I don't like crash into anything, but always something going on here. One of the cool things that they have going on here in the first day is gonna be a music festival, and so I think that actually happens on Friday or Saturday night of this week, and so that's a pretty cool thing that'll be happening. So again, trying not to crash into anything, I'm walking backwards. So, but if you have questions about Juniper-Poplar, Magnolia, Bull Hall, moving in, carts, traffic, how to get over here, any of those things, please make sure you ask those questions. We want to make sure you stay safe. Oh, hey, there's my friend right there. So, thank you so much, Robert. How are you? So, all right. So as you can see, we are getting ready for your arrival. And we've had many other students go ahead and arrive, but Thursday, August 18th, that is our grand opening day. If you are staying in Juniper, you can see these are the elevators that will lead you into Juniper. Students, you will need to have your ID card with you. And so if it is that you have not received your ID card, have not gotten a temporary ID card from us, you need to make sure you get that at the MSC. And I'm going to refer you to my video earlier today when we talked about arriving on campus for check-in. So, because you will need your card to access anything beyond the elevator vestibule. So, on this side again is Juniper. On the other side, similar setup as Poplar, but also down on the Poplar side, oh, let me say it right here while I'm here, but we also have Juniper Dining. So, talked a little bit about how convenient this community is. You have your dining here. You know, it depends if you're an honors classroom, so you can take your honors classes here in Juniper-Poplar as well. So also your mail center is here. So as you can see, those are your rows of mailboxes. You can check your housing portal to see which box is yours. So, and then around the other side is the package pickup center. So, and then as we just passed and you saw it a second ago is the service desks. So we do have some new hours for our service desks. They will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Anything outside of that, you will need to contact your RA, who will be more than happy to assist you. You should be provided the RA on duty phone number. Those are usually in and around the halls. So, as you can see, this is the South Package Campus Pickup Center, and then it is staffed by our amazing team here. So, this is where you get your Amazon. This is where you get anything you order in, books, things like that. So, on the back side of this building, one of the things I want to mention is that is where our dumpsters are located. Again, please make sure you break down your boxes and put them in so we can get as much into the dumpsters as possible. They will be serviced a couple of times through the day, but we really want to maximize it and not have a lot of garbage just kind of cluttered around the space. So, what am I missing, Julia? Do we have any questions?
No questions as of right now. You can still drop them in the comments, and we'll be monitoring them throughout the day, just making sure we're answering all of your questions. I think that maybe advice, you've been doing this for a while, doing these grand openings, so what would your advice be to incoming families and students as they prepare for move-in day and this experience?
Yeah, so a couple of things come to mind. Number one, please be patient. There are a lot of people that have to come together to make grand opening happen, and there are a lot of people in vehicles and walking around that have to maneuver around campus in a safe manner. And so it may take you a little longer to get into the MSC parking lot. It may take you a little longer to get from the MSC parking lot to your unloading zone or to find a long-term parking space. Just remember, we typically welcome about 3,000. We're projecting about 3,200 actually new students to check in on grand opening day. If each person brings 1 or 2 family members with them, we're talking close to 10,000 people that have come onto campus in a single short period. So please just be patient, be kind. I think that's one of my biggest things. Again, wear comfortable shoes. You will be moving around a lot. You will be sweating a lot. Be prepared for a little bit of rain. Inevitably, we have a little bit of rain. I'm hoping not, but be prepared for that. Utilize Bull Hall. These are trained volunteers who've come back to campus earlier to help you move in. And take lots of pictures. This is a memory. For many of you, you're like, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, brother, sister, don't embarrass me. Be embarrassed. In 10 years from now, you're not going to remember what you felt like in that moment. You're just going to be excited that you're moving in and joining the USF family. So I think those are some of my biggest takeaways. If you have questions, look for anybody with a USF name tag, with a USF shirt on. We are here to help. We want to make it an excellent experience for you all the way around. So.
Move-in time slots also.
Move-in time.
That's something we haven't talked about yet.
We haven't. So if you have not signed up for one of your move-in time slots for any of the days between now and next Sunday, we do ask that you hop onto your housing portal. It's okay. You can close the door. It's okay. As one of our students getting ready to go to work for the day, so make sure you sign up for your move-in time slots. We do them in the mornings and we do them in the afternoons, and it really just helps us to make sure we are staffed properly, make sure that we can welcome you properly, and really give you that optimal experience. So please make sure you go on it. You don't have to, if you need to change it, you just email us at housing@usf.edu. Let us know your change. No big deal. So, but please go in there online and do it. As always, if you have not requested your ID card, again, I'm going to refer to my other video, the first one we had a little bit earlier, to about noon time. But please make sure you request your ID card as soon as possible. So I think that's my bits of advice. Anything else I should say, Julia? Anything I should remind about?
I think we're all set.
Beautiful. All right, everyone, keep the comments coming, keep them flowing in. We will continue to answer them from now until the end of the weekend regarding grand opening. But until next time, thanks everybody, and I can't wait to see you on Thursday. Go Bulls!